Branding and corporate identity. Your brand is the vehicle that brings your product or service into the lives of your customers and into their hearts. It reflects the soul of your product and delivers a promise you can live up to. Start here. Your brand success depends on its ability to connect with customers. If you stand out and catch people's eyes, they will remember and keep returning to you. Click Next to start the course. Branding is a priority. Branding encompasses the entire process of creating, managing, and evaluating your brand. Although a strong brand requires time, money, and careful consideration, it can lead to business growth, customer loyalty, and builds relationships with people, meaning branding is one of the most important investments you can make. Course Overview. Your brand is the vehicle that propels your product or service into your customers' lives and into their hearts. A good brand is much more than an attractive image combined with some witty type. Your brand must reflect the heart and soul of your product and offer a promise that you can live up to. This course will get you started on the road to creating a perfect brand. The first part of the course will cover the basics of branding, including how to develop a visual identity from start to finish. We will also give you some graphic design tips to help you communicate your expectations to a professional designer. The second part will focus on how to put your brand out there in the right way. We'll also talk about how to keep your brand energized and alive with monitoring and evaluation tools. Learning objectives. At the end of this course, you will be able to define what a brand is, particularly a strong brand, and what branding is about. Define various types of brand architecture and brand extension. Identify your brand's products, the features of those products, and their values. Write a mission, vision, and style statement for a brand. Describe the basics of positioning a brand. Understand the basics of creating a visual identity, including a brand name, slogan, and logo. Help your employees live the brand by empowering them to be ambassadors and creating strong brand touchpoints. Effectively plan an internal and external brand launch. Monitor and evaluate your brand and understand how to respond to the results. Why did you take this course? Use this opportunity to consider your personal learning objectives and reasons for taking this course. Pre-assignment Part 1. Before we begin, we would like you to take a moment and do some analysis of a brand that you are familiar with. If your company has a brand, we would like you to use it for your example. Or, you can choose another brand that you are familiar with. Fill out the following questions about the chosen brand. Write the brand name here. Why do you think you can remember these brand elements? Pre-assignment Part 2. What do you like about this brand? What do you dislike? What memories do you associate with this brand? Pre-assignment Part 3. How do you feel when you see a commercial about this brand or use one of its products? How often do you tell other people about this brand? What other thoughts do you have about the brand? Pre-course assessment. Session 2. Defining branding. Before we begin, it's important to understand what we mean by the word brand and the term branding. It's also important to recognize that a good brand requires time, money, and careful consideration, and to understand why this is a good investment of those resources. In this session, we will define a brand and branding. We will also learn why a brand is a good investment and what makes for a strong brand. We'll even have a look at all of the parts of a brand identity so that you are prepared for the rest of this course. Defining brands and branding. What comes to mind when we say brand? Your answer might include meaning, value, information, marketing, sales, emotions or feelings, senses, making your mark or marking your territory, reputation, perception. What is a brand? There are many definitions of a brand, but our favorite comes from Simon Middleton, a British brand expert. In his book, Build a Brand in 30 Days, he says, brand is about meaning. Your brand is everything that your customers and prospective customers think, feel, say, hear, read, watch, imagine, suspect, and even hope about your product, service, or organization. Here the word customers refers to both the external clients who bring business and the internal clients such as the employees, stakeholders, and suppliers that support your business. Brand is not what you say it is, it's what they say it is. Marty Neumeier.